We're on the road with Mickey, we're gonna have some fun. Regardless of the rain or sun, our trip has just begun. So buckle up, let's go, we're about to start the show. And maybe if you like us, you'll see where else we'll go.
Hey everyone, I'm Mike and she's Sophie.
And she's Brenda.
Hi, everyone.
And he's Grogu, and Grogu is officially wishing everyone a Happy New Year.
Yay. Happy
Happy
New
New
Year,
Year.
Grogu. Woohoo.
He's very excited about it.
Yes, he
Yay.
is. He
Mhm.
is so excited because he knows that this year, being 2023, means that his show is season 3 is about to come back on. You know,
Yeah.
they call it The Mandalorian, but it's really the subtitle is Grogu's show.
We know the truth.
Yeah.
We know what really goes on
Yeah.
here.
Heck, you even saw how he completely took over the Book of Boba Fett. So
Yes.
let's just be real.
Let's just
That's
be
Grogu's the
real
right.
main
here.
character.
That's right.
Grogu's the main character.
Ooh,
Yeah.
raise the roof.
Anyway, we are on the road with Mickey. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening over the years. This is the start coming up on our 3rd year of being on air, and
Yay.
it just
Yeah.
floors us. And we're so excited that you guys have journeyed along with us, and we're having so much fun, and we hope you're having fun as well. This week, we are looking into 2023, and we're going to count down 23 things that we're looking forward to in 2023. You know, we did this last year. 22 things we're looking forward to in 2022. We did it the year before. I'm sensing a theme.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
But first, we're going to start with our cheddar from the big cheese.
Okay.
Ooh.
Brenda,
Who's
you go
going
first.
first?
All right. Well, over at Epcot, the American Adventure Show has reopened after closing for refurbishment back in September. So, yay. Back
Yay.
You
open
know,
again.
I like that show. I don't
Me
watch
too.
it nearly enough, but I really like it.
I do
So I'm
too.
glad it's
Mhm.
reopened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. And speaking of watching stuff not nearly enough,
Yes.
2 days from now, it's currently January 2nd when this video airs. And in 2 days, January 4th, the newest season, the second season of The Bad Batch is coming to Disney Plus, and it's going to start off with 2 episodes, not just one.
Yep.
One.
Awesome.
For those of you who are watching, I went to 2 to 3. So two. Two.
Not just one. Good
Ay,
morning,
ay.
everybody.
Oh, God.
Daddy, it's your turn. Ignore my
Well,
blunder.
just I am over the moon here.
We all are over the moon.
It is back. The Walt Disney World Railroad reopened for guests to enjoy just before Christmas at the Magic Kingdom. Yay!
Oh my gosh,
Yay!
it's been a long time
Gosh.
coming.
And
My
I'm like,
goodness.
I gotta ride it. I gotta ride it.
Yes.
Don't worry, Daddy. We'll be there soon. Sometime soon. Maybe. Possibly. I hope.
Yeah, I gotta figure that out.
That's the same sentiment for everybody listening and everybody here on the show.
Yep, there you go.
Yep.
Anyway, that's all the cheddar that's fit to talk about, you know?
Hmm.
What
So
more can you need?
what more do you need? So let's move on into our feature topic 23 things we're looking forward to in 2023. Um, we were looking at our list from last year, and of our 22 things, we actually knocked out 14 of them. So we are
Yeah.
left with 8. And some of these were ones that were specific by people. So I'm going to give a quick rundown on the 8. What do you think? Or um should we
Uh,
just
I think we should just include them and say which ones were from last year in case people don't remember.
Okay. Okay, let's do that then.
Hmm.
All right. Well, The first 8 will be from last year.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about which ones, who came up with that one. Okay. So, Sophie, you start us off. Number 1.
All right. Well, number 1 was one that I think, yeah, because this one applies to me and my dad, and I'm not sure if it applies to Aunt Brenda, but it was going back to the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. Um, so that was one from last year, as we just figured out, as we just established. Uh, we were going to go back, but unfortunately my work schedule would not allow for it because I had just started a new job. So there's always this year.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
That's
and
a
you
good one.
know, as far as things go for things like that, we've done it before. So it's not like, even though it's listed number 1, that doesn't mean it's the top of the list that has to actually happen, or it's a failed year or something like that. It's
Yeah.
nothing like that. It's just something that we're looking forward to enjoying one
Mm-hmm.
day again,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And that's perfectly fine.
yeah. All right, Sophie, talk about number 2, because I think there's a good segue
Yeah.
into something coming up this year that I think
Oh.
almost
Oh?
fits the same bill.
Hmm?
I'm thinking MegaCon.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Okay, so this one is also one of mine. You'll see that a lot of these are mine from last year, but that's okay. I still had fun last year. Let's not get misconstrued.
Yeah.
The second one was me wanting to take a solo trip to Disney. And while I'm not doing it to Disney per se, I am actually going on a solo trip uh, in late March, early April, and I am going to be going to MegaCon Orlando, which, for those of you who are not nerds, it's just a nerd convention, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun because I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
So, yee!
That's
And it's
awesome.
and it's not necessarily that's not necessarily a solo trip, but it's a girls trip. It's just
Yeah.
you and Jagan.
Yeah, so I'll be going down to Orlando. I'll meet Jake in there, and then we'll go to MegaCon Orlando together.
Yeah. So
Where is
I
that
think
being
that's
held,
kind of neat.
Sophie? Is that
I've
like the Orlando Convention Center? Is that a
Yeah,
Disney thing?
no, it's the Orlando Convention Center.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be very nice. Y'all
Yeah,
will have a blast.
4 days.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Fantastic.
so I'm going to adjust that one on our list and kind of change it. Does that sound good, Soph?
Well, I still do want that solo trip
Okay.
to
Okay.
Disney.
Well, then maybe you should add it as number 10.
We're kind of filling out the list as we go
Filling in the
here.
blanks. We have
Yeah.
them written down, but not in our show notes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, number 3 was one that Brenda had.
Yes, and that is seeing the new Walt Disney statue at Epcot, which is not able to be seen yet. So we thought might be available for 2022, but it's not. So 2023 for sure. We will see that beautiful new Walt Disney statue where he's just sitting on the stairs and just all of his wonderful childlike glory. Can't wait to see it. Really, really looking forward to it.
Yeah. And I can't wait to see it either. I think that will be like so cool.
Such a highlight it will be for sure this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right then. And then staying at the Boardwalk Inn. For those of you who followed along for my 21st birthday trip, we did not stay at the Boardwalk. We stayed at the Yacht Club. And I will be honest, I still want to stay at the Boardwalk, though I'm perfectly fine with that being moved to further down the line than this year. I do want to stay there eventually.
Mhm. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because the Boardwalk is known for its nightlife, and the
Yeah.
Yacht Club is right next door, but you can tell there's a night and day difference between the two resorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, there is.
It's across the
Huge.
pond.
It's
Mhm.
across the pond, and you're right. It is a night and day difference as far as the theming goes. But you know what's really cool is on my list from last year was to stay at a new Disney resort that we hadn't stayed at before.
And
And
you
we
did.
actually stayed at two because we stayed at the Yacht Club for Sophie's birthday, and we stayed at Riverside when we went to do the candlelight processional and the very Merry Christmas party. So
Yeah.
You
that
had a
was
win-win is what you had.
that's
Win-win.
exactly what I had, a win-win.
Yup.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
All
Awesome.
right. Well, moving to number 5 is back to Brenda.
Yes, because of course Luna is my number 4 granddaughter, and she will be turning 5 in August. And all of my granddaughters get a trip to Disney when they turn 5. You know, depending on their parents. Their parents have to pay for themselves. We pay for the grandchildren. That's the way it's been. That's the way it'll always be. So this September 1st through 8th, we will be taking Luna for her 5th birthday to Disney. We will also be attending Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, which is why they chose September because her birthday is actually August 8th. But we, number one, don't want to visit in August. It's so hot. And September's not much better. But we want to go when the Halloween party is because she is such a Halloween freak. And she
Yeah.
gets a birthday celebration and a Halloween celebration. So
Yes. And as we all remember, and by the way, last week, 12 Days at Disney, the video is blowing up on my YouTube
is
channel.
it really?
It's been out for we're actually recording Wednesday and it came out on Sunday evening. And we have like and obviously this is all relative, but we have like 32 views in 2 days, and last week we had 12 for the whole week. So
Yeah. That was
but
such a fun episode.
that was so much fun. But
It was very
thinking
fun.
back to last week and number 12, 12 months of birthdays.
Yeah,
So it doesn't matter that Luna's birthday is in August
that's
and
right.
you're going in September because we could celebrate 12 months of birthdays.
That's right.
Right, Sophie?
Yeah.
Yep, a celebration
let's
is a
go.
celebration.
Yes, it
Yes.
is. That's cool. All
Yeah,
right. Well,
Luna's very excited.
I cannot wait to hear how much fun she has. That's going to be a
Mhm.
great trip.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And then I guess it's my turn again.
Yep.
Uh, piggybacking again off of the boardwalk inn. Sorry to go right back to what I was talking about, Aunt Brenda, because I know how much you love Luna, and I'm sure she's absolutely adorable. But Jelly Rolls and the North and the Atlantic Dance Hall. I did not get to go to those, and that's okay, but I still want to go to those. So it's going
Yeah.
to happen because
Yeah.
dueling pianos and dancing, what more could a girl want?
That's
Yes.
true.
Mhm.
And
That's
singing,
true.
because the audience sings too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Fun, fun, fun.
uh-huh.
All right. Well, I am going to take the next one because I talked about it in Cheddar from the Big Cheese. And I am going to open it up right now and invite you, Brenda, you, Sophie, and everyone listening to
Mhm.
come ride the Walt Disney World Railroad with me. And we will make that our next On the Road with Mickey meetup. And we will ride around we're going to do it like 50 times. Okay. So be prepared. Go to the bathroom first. Don't get off at any other stations. Just stay on it until we're all dizzy and sick of it. Okay.
Nice.
That ought to
Yeah.
make up for not being able to ride it for 4 years.
I know.
Don't you think?
God, it's been a long time.
I
My
can't
Yeah.
goodness
imagine how
gracious.
and it's almost like you
Crazy.
forget that it was there.
You can't forget it because every time you're like, oh my gosh, are they ever going to open this thing?
Yeah. But I mean, it becomes more about the decor of the park as opposed to an attraction, you know?
That's true. Yes.
So I am so
It's
excited it's
back.
open. I'm so
Yay.
excited it's back. So,
Mhm.
all right. Number 8. And then we get to the new lists.
Yep. Okay. And Well, who's going to cover that? Because I feel like I've been talking a lot.
You cover it, Sophie. It was on your list.
Well, okay, especially since Aunt Brenda can't cover it since she experienced it.
That's right.
Phantasmic. We did
Fantastic.
not get to experience Phantasmic at all last year.
No.
And that's because it was closed to start. And then when it
Mhm.
was open again, we didn't go to Hollywood Studios for the trip.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Again, I have to reiterate, it's okay.
Yes.
Because we
It was-
still got a lot more years to cover.
Yes. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that wraps up from the number 8 is the 8 ones that we had from last year. Okay. So now moving on is things that are specific that we are looking forward to this year, not just carryovers. So do you want me to say one?
Yeah.
Sure. Add to the list, Daddy, because I currently
Okay.
got 2 there of mine, so it's your turn.
Okay. Then I'm going to insert one. So, we went to Disney in December with my sister, and my mom was like, "What in the world are you doing taking her and not me?" And I was like, "Hey, you said that you thought you were done going to Disney for the rest of your life." And that obviously wasn't the case. So now we are going to make a trip with my mom. She wants to go in
Nice.
December.
A
So
Christmas trip.
one of the things on my list, and I'm putting it at number 9, is taking Mom, also known as Meemaw, to Disney in December. So
Mhm.
Very good.
that is, it's important to me, because we've had enough life cross our paths this year to know what really matters. And what really matters is memories and experiences that we get to enjoy with our family. And so my mom wants to go, she's able to go, we're bringing her. It's as simple as that. That's what it comes down to.
Yep.
Yep.
So that's what we're doing. And so that will be another quick trip. Maybe we'll make it one day longer so we can go to Hollywood Studios and experience Phantasmic.
Yes.
There you go. That's a good idea.
But
Mhm.
I gotta make the reservation. Haven't done it yet. So
You have to make the reservation. You're right.
yep.
Get busy.
Get busy.
Go on. Get.
I know a good travel agent.
I know a great travel agent.
I know a great couple of travel agents.
So that's on the agenda. That's
That's
number.
Yes.
awesome. That's a great one.
All right.
I would do the same if I could, but my years of that are over.
Yeah.
Take every moment. You're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
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 All right.
All right, Brenda, give us one.
What? Okay. This is not Disney related.
That's fine. It
That's
doesn't
okay.
have to be.
Daddy, you keep on going in front of mine. You
Uh-oh.
keep
I know.
on messing up my
You're gonna get
things.
the next 2, baby.
Oh,
Don't worry
no.
about it. Don't worry about it.
I don't know how many people out there know that I'm a planner girl, but I'm a planner girl. So I have a thing for planners and notebooks and pens and washi tape and things. That's my only creative outlet, but I really, 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 really like it. And there's a huge conference every year that I've never been to because it's extremely expensive. And it's this coming year, 2023 in March 1st. Actually, I fly out the 1st. The 2nd through the 6th is the conference, but it is held in Washington, D.C. this year. It's called Go Wild. And I entered a contest to win a ticket, and I won the ticket.
Yay!
Wow!
So I have my $700 registration fee covered.
Nice.
And my sisters are going to go to Washington, D.C. with me. And while I go to the planner conference, they're going to go to the Smithsonian and all those museum-y things that I don't get into. And then we can be together at night and have dinner and like share time together, which is going to be wonderful because we don't get to do that enough.
Oh,
Yay.
that's wonderful.
Way to go. Congratulations, Brenda.
Thank you. I was beside myself.
Oh my gosh.
I could not believe it.
I know you well enough that you probably peed yourself.
No, but I was jumping around the house and I hurt my ankle.
Do not embarrass her like that, Daddy.
Well, congratulations, Brenda. I'm so excited.
I'm very excited about that.
And that's going to be that's not just so
I'm
many.
hoping the cherry blossoms are going to be out in early March. I do not know, but I really wish they would be.
I don't know if they will or not. You
I
know,
don't either.
I grew up in that area. I think that might be a little bit too early, but
I think so too.
But
I'm hoping
regardless, it's so much more than just a planner conference trip.
Yeah.
It's your sisters.
Yes, and we really
And
need
again,
this
it's about
time together.
memories.
Yeah.
It's memories. And I love it.
Very excited.
I'm so excited for you guys. Where are you staying?
We're staying at I don't remember the name of the place. My sister Linda booked the hotel because she's quite particular, and she wanted a certain area, and I would like to be walking distance if I can. I'm not sure because I've been to Washington D.C. once, but I don't know the area, and I don't know really if I'm going to be able to walk from the hotel to the venue for the conference because I don't know like what kind of streets or safety or anything, but we're going to see. I'll let you know where we're going to be staying, but I don't remember off my head.
Talk to me offline and we'll plan it out because I don't know DC part, but I know it okay, so we can look at it together.
I know the hotel has one name. It's the something, but I don't remember what the something is. So the Lyle, maybe.
I imagine it's probably not.
There's a Lyle. That's it.
Not the dump. So we're good on that.
Not that.
Yeah.
Definitely not that. You're so fun.
I'm so excited for you, Brenda.
Thank you.
Oh, that's gonna be great. I can't wait to hear all about it.
Very excited.
Wow.
Excited. I'm actually going to meet people that I've been following on YouTube and Instagram for a long time. It's going to be neat. It's going to be really neat.
That's so cool. Good job.
Even the girl I buy my stickers from that I won with, I'm going to meet her. So very exciting.
That's cool. Good job. All right.
All right.
Number 11.
And this one applies completely and only to me. And I know what I said about my previous entrances, that it was okay that I didn't get to them last year, because we'll get to them eventually. I take all that back when it comes to this one.
We have got to make it happen.
Yeah, if I do not go on it this year, bad thing's gonna happen.
Uh-oh.
Okay, and the one that I'm talking about is Cosmic Rewind. I have not been on it. My dad has been on it at my behest.
Yes, she insisted.
Aunt Brenda's been on it, but I have not. And the reason is this. It was our Christmas trip, and we had a dinner reservation for the Garden Grill across Epcot at 4:10 or something like that. We got our boarding pass to go on Cosmic Rewind at 3:30 something. And it was a very long line in there. It was very long. It was very loud. None of us had eaten that day, and it felt like time was going infinitely faster while we were in that line, even though we weren't moving.
Yeah.
So all of us were anxious, and that's okay. We had a right to be. And my mom was like, I'll go and secure our dining reservation. And I'm like, I'll go with you because it's getting to be too much for me in here. And my dad was like, no, Sophie, you should stay. And I'm like, no, you stay so that one of us can report back for the show. And you did. And I'm glad you liked it. And I'm glad you stayed. And I'm glad that I got to go secure our dinner reservation and also get a quick snack in because I was really hungry. So all worked out in the end,
Yes, it
but I
did.
need to go on it this year. I need to go on it, or else I'm going to say that ride has bad juju.
No, you're going to go on it this year. And let me give you a tip.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to the virtual queue in the morning and your reservation ends up being at the same time as a dining reservation, dining always trumps a ride. You take a screenshot of the fact that you have a dining reservation at the same time as your time, and you can go anytime after that. So
Oh,
Oh,
they will give you till the park close because dining always trumps the ride. So the
I
same thing
see.
happened to us on the December trip. I did the virtual queue. We had a 1:10 time for Garden Grill. Our time for the virtual queue was 1:10. I screenshotted it and we just went right on after that. So
So what
oh,
if you have the line queue for 3:30 and then your dinner reservation is at 4:10?
you
That's
still
a
can't possibly do both. You could even go to the ride and say, this is our times and we want to make sure we're going to be able to ride, but they'll tell you you'll have till park close.
I
That's with any ride.
see. Okay.
Dining always trumps. Same thing with Rise of the Resistance when that was a virtual queue. If you had a dining reservation, that trumped the ride.
okay.
Okay.
See, I didn't know that.
And thing
That's
of it is
travel agent failure right here.
hey, it's
No, it's just you
okay.
learn these things as you go because you're faced with these circumstances,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was
And
the
even
only thing I didn't like about it was we had that time, but that time still means you're going to wait in line an hour.
Well, yeah, because
yeah,
they have the pre-show and then they have the pre-show again and then they have the ride. So it's not like you can just hop in and it's 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
2 pre-shows?
well, it's like a in the line pre-show. No, it's like
Oh,
2 pre-shows and then into the ride line. So, don't you think, Mike?
interesting.
The one with Glenn
Yeah.
Close, and then they have the one with Terry, and then the one where the Guardians come up on the screen. It takes a while.
Yeah. So,
Hmm.
but anyway,
Well, either way, it still wouldn't have been possible for us on the Epcot trip because immediately after we got done with dinner, then we had to go wait in line for the candlelight processional.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
And after that ended, it was harmonious time and then out.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it would have been a long way to walk, but just in case that ever happens again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know.
Uh-huh.
Y'all heard it from Brenda.
Yes, Aunt
Because I
Brenda
had the
is
same thing
amazing.
happen. I had the
Yeah.
same exact thing happen. Ours was
Mhm.
literally 1:10 and 1:10.
Oh,
Literally.
wow.
So I went to the
Wow.
line and asked. So
Uh-huh.
that's why I'm sharing it.
All right. Well, thank you,
These are
Okay.
Brenda.
things when we learn
Thank
stuff, we
you.
have to share it. That's
Exactly.
what we do.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So we already covered a little bit number 12 for Sophie,
Mm-hmm.
which is the MegaCon Orlando trip. So
Yeah, that's gonna be
that's going to
fun.
be, you're going to have so much fun, Sophie.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it. Now I
I
just need
mean,
to go sew a dress.
When is it again, Sophie?
It is March 29th through April
third
3rd. Yeah.
is your
Wow,
trip.
fantastic. We
Yeah,
both have
that's my
special
trip.
trips in March, except mine's at the front. Yours is at the end
Yeah.
at the back.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yay! That's
So
wonderful. It's not that far off.
Mm-hmm.
it's not. It's going to be here before you know it. You know, that's what's happening with the world is you blink and it's December again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you're like, where did that whole year go?
Yeah.
Um, one of the things I want to do is not Disney related, just like MegaCon's not Disney related, but it is Orlando related. And I want to enjoy Universal with the family.
Yeah,
You
that's a
know,
good one.
and we've only been for like a day at a time, and so you can't experience the whole thing. You just absolutely can't experience the whole thing, and um, so I want to specifically take a trip and go to Universal, and just Universal, just
Yeah.
that resort, and not really do any Disney on that trip.
Yeah.
Um, my sister wants to go because she absolutely loves the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. She's never been
Yep.
to Universal, but she loves the books. Um,
She
and
will love
so
it, huh?
she
Let me
would.
know when y'all are gonna go, because I love Universal too. So,
So you'd come with
Okay.
us?
well, I don't know, but I would like to have an option.
I will definitely try to get you to come with us because that would be such a great fun time.
Yeah,
So
it's more fun with friends. But I don't know if I'll be able to go. Depends on finances. Everything does. So,
Yeah.
but
so
that'll be
that
fun
is
for you
on
guys.
my list.
That's a good one.
Yeah. All right. So um we were top heavy with Sophie for the most part.
Mm,
So I'm gonna give Brenda the opportunity to give us another one of her list.
Well, like we were talking about before we started recording, I'm moving my business more toward cruises this year.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm going to be training on some new cruise lines and also sailing on some new cruise lines. So I'm really looking forward to that. Specifically starting with Celebrity and Norwegian Cruise Line, but I don't know how many others I may train on this year.
mhm.
But I'm really excited about that, about trying some new ships and being out on the open water in God's earth. And I really love cruising a lot. So,
That's cool.
Yep.
That's cool. That's exciting,
Yeah.
because you're you know, you know, people, if you don't know, then I think you do know by now that Brenda is like Disney Guru 101, okay? She's like wrote the courses that everyone just
oh,
um
you're so silly.
so so the fact that she's branching into other areas is really cool, but that doesn't mean that the Disney's gone,
Oh,
you
no, because
know,
I love Disney
because she
cruising,
loves
especially,
Disney.
and
Yeah.
Royal Caribbean cruising. I've already done that, and I sell that, and I love that too. But I Disney Cruise Line is my favorite cruise line. I mean, it's just that I'm moving more toward cruising and less toward the parks.
Yeah.
So, because I have a lot to learn,
Yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
I don't need to learn anything about the parks.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So so
Yeah.
that's exciting. That's exciting.
Thank you.
Um, you know, Sophie, do you want to give another one of your list?
No, I'm pretty sure I'm hogging the list.
You can give one more because I need to think up my next one.
As you can see, it's been a hectic week.
Yeah.
All right then. Well, hmm.
If you want me to go, let me know.
You know what? I actually think I do have one for Daddy.
Okay.
Personally, I don't need to do this myself,
Oh, okay.
but for Daddy's sake, I will include it, and I think we need to go to Galaxy's Edge to get him a lightsaber.
Oh, I would love that.
A
That would be nice.
200 something dollar lightsaber.
Yep.
Yeah. But when it's given with love, does price really matter? Yeah, sometimes it does. Just answer that
Oh.
question.
Oh,
Sometimes it does matter.
you
Ah,
expect me to pay for it.
Oh, oh,
sounds like a good Father's Day gift.
that
For
would be
the
an
Just
last
saying.
awesome
time,
Father's
Daddy,
Day
there are
gift.
seriously some way better, higher quality lightsabers to be found online for better prices.
But the experience, though,
You get to build it though with I mean, that's kind of like a really cool experience.
I suppose.
just like FA9.
That's
I
true.
mean,
That's
you could
true.
have bought that on Amazon or something similar.
Wouldn't have been just the same though.
Wouldn't have been the same, though, would it?
You're right. You're right. Okay. All right.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. So let's put it on the list.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll let you type it.
That's a good one.
That would
Okay.
be cool. That would be cool. Um, you know, Brenda gave a business related one, and I am going to do the same thing as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't even talked with Lisa about this yet, Brenda. So I'm going to talk to her afterwards. But I am going to focus um, a touch more on Universal and a touch less on Disney. I'm not getting out of the parks game,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
there's so much untapped for Universal.
Yep.
And Universal is such a great product. And it truly used to be when you went to Disney, you could hop over to Universal and do Universal in a day as part of your Disney trip.
Yeah.
And that you and I both know that is not the case anymore.
No, they have really built it.
Universal is a destination. It's its own destination.
Yeah.
So if anyone is wanting to go to Universal, talk to us because we have been several times. We have done trainings there. We've done
Yeah.
what they call FAMs, which are familiarization trips.
Yeah. We just did one in 2022.
Yeah, and it's an incredible experience. So
Mm-hmm.
if anyone wants to talk about it, hit us up. That's what we're here for, to enjoy our time and to talk Disney and other places, but also to help our clients. So if you want to talk to us, please reach out. But anyway, Universal is something I think I want to build that business up some more. So
That's good. We're taking a little side trip over when we go with Luna, because there's things at Universal that are fun too.
yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
It's a fun place.
it
It's
is.
just fun sharing time with family, period. Just,
Yeah,
I guess, no matter where you are, but those are extra fun.
exactly, exactly. So that is one of my business goals for this year.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good one.
Okay.
All right,
Let's write it down.
I'm writing it down. Who's next?
Hmm.
Well, let's see what we got here. Oh, I have funny things that
Yeah. Come
that are
on.
not they're just silly though. They're not really a goal.
Okay.
All right. Go for
Well,
it.
actually, I am in 2023. I will be booking a European cruise for 2024 for my husband's retirement gift. So one of the things I want to get accomplished in 2023 is finishing the research on that. We know we either want to sail on Disney Cruise Line or Celebrity, but we haven't narrowed down the actual itinerary, and that is something I'm going to get booked in 2023.
Okay.
Nice.
Yep, that's one of mine. I have so many goals, like literally personal and business and everything and health goals and stuff. It's like, how am I going to have enough time in the year to finish it all?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. The year, sometimes it seems long, sometimes it seems really short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing to keep in mind is not to overdo it, because that is something that can and will happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and we're not, like we became a debt-free family a couple years ago. So anything I plan as far as travel has to be saved up for before we go.
Yeah.
And that's why sometimes I'm planning things like pretty far out. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you always have something to look forward to.
Exactly. And it gives you the goal. It gives you the carrot at the end of the stick kind of thing,
The struggle. Yes.
So,
Yes.
but that's
Yay.
neat though. That's really neat. And
I'm
that's a good
excited.
That's a good goal to have,
Yeah, we've
and
never been to
that-
Europe, so that'll be our first ever trip to Europe. And it's been it's been quite a few years coming.
yeah. Um,
Okay.
Sophie, do you want to give another?
Hmm. You know, I didn't really get to eat much while I was in Epcot this time around, at least not eat around the world like usual. So I think I'm just going to add that as an ongoing goal to try and accomplish it every year,
Okay.
just to make it easy, and I'm going to say I want to eat around the world.
Okay. I had thought we had done it enough, but obviously we didn't because
Eating
we
is
Well,
always good.
it
we
changes every year. It
yeah.
feels like
That's true.
Yeah.
They get new vendors and stuff.
new vendors, new menu items. It changes. So why not?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Why
Plus,
not?
you always need food.
Uh-huh. Maybe one of our goals should be um for mommy
Yeah.
because,
Yeah.
every time mommy has a plan to eat a Mickey Premium ice cream bar, and I think she's been like 3 trips in a row now where she hasn't accomplished that goal.
Oh no, we gotta fix that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll write it down um for mommy.
Ice cream bar. Yum.
Yeah.
Oh, premium ice cream bar. Oh, that's so good. Now I want one. See? Well, I have another one that I'm surprised no one's mentioned, and I'm wondering if I'm having a gray hair moment because I thought, and you know, consider the source, that
Mm,
Tron was opening in 2023. And if Tron
Uh-huh.
is opening in 2023,
Yeah.
that's a whopper doozy for the top of my list.
Yeah.
you're
I'm
right. You're
watching
right.
that thing. We've been watching it being built forever,
Uh-huh.
and it looks awesome. And they're testing it with people in it. So I'm thinking it's coming in 2020. I don't think they've
It is
announced the
coming.
actual date, but I think they can't at this point because they have to, they're still running tests and stuff.
But
But
my understanding is spring.
well, yeah, spring is pretty vague, but yeah, we're definitely going to be right. Am I on? Are y'all all on with that? Are y'all looking forward to riding Tron too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a matter of planning the trip and making it happen.
Yeah,
And I don't
yeah.
know when that'll happen yet. So,
I don't either. That's you can't really plan for that because we don't know exactly when it's going to happen.
but what I also know is March 31st is the end of the 50th anniversary celebration.
Yeah.
And coming up after that is one that I really want to experience at some point, and that's Disney 100.
Yeah. 100 years of magic.
100 years of
Ooh,
magic.
yeah. Because that's
And
coming like
that's
immediately after.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and it's basically the 100th anniversary of the Walt Disney Company.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, that that's just downright impressive, you know, to think
Yes. That it's
about
lasted that long.
longevity of that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
100 years of magic is certainly something I want to do. And that, here's what we do. We do the 100 years of magic. We ride the Tron Light Cycle Run. We ride the Walt Disney Railroad for 50 times, and we take mom
Cosmic
to Disney,
rewind.
and we do blah 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 and blah 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 and blah. And the next thing you know, one trip has conquered like 20 of these things.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yep.
So 100 years of magic. That's a big one for me.
That is
So,
huge.
Mm-hmm.
all right. Well, there's 2 left.
Hmm.
I have one
Good.
if you
Yeah.
want me to share it. I actually have 2 if you want me to share it.
Yeah.
And Brenda, you good with that? Because
Yeah.
I'm good with it.
Okay.
All right. Go
Well,
for it, Daddy.
the first one I'm going to share is business related. And most of you may or may not know. I don't know. Who knows? But I also, in addition to being a travel agent, I also run my own computer business, and it's called
Thank
Tech
God.
Solutions.
Thank God. Thank you, God, because I would die without Mike.
It's called Tech Solutions North Carolina, Tech Solutions NC, and I have seen really, I've seen a huge growth in business this year
Yay.
for 2022, and my goal is to see that continue to grow to the point that it is um, just a continuation of growth. It's not necessarily that I'm looking to add employees or anything like that. I don't know that I'll ever want to deal with having employees. I kind of like doing it all on my own, but I also want to keep seeing sales growth over year. And we've been in business now for 6 years, and so we're coming up on year 7. So, and year seven is a powerful number.
That's for sure.
You know,
Mhm.
7 is a big number, and that takes me. So I want to see for number 22. I want to see continued growth for Tech Solutions NC. Okay, and that takes me to number 23, which is important to me. It's very important to me. It's probably, even though it's listed last, it's probably the overarching number one goal. And that's, the older I get, the more my faith, my journey, as my pastor Jonathan says, our journey of life and faith, the more that becomes front and center. And I loved last year. Last year, even though I had some struggles, there was some significant growth in my faith, and more than I even realized I needed. Because I always felt like my faith was really strong, and it is really strong, but but seeing God use me in ways that I hadn't any idea, just really, really, it just touched me that God wanted to use me. So,
Yeah.
um, what I saw was that no matter where you are in life, no matter what you're going through, God
Mhm.
can use you however he needs to use you to further his glory. Um and it just isn't just for his glory, it's to help your fellow people. When I was in the hospital, I had a one of my nurses. I only saw him for a day. I barely remember his name. Um but he had a very interesting tattoo, and it was a tribute tattoo, and it was because he had lost his brother, and he had lost his brother really young. And so I told him, I'm like, look, I'll pray for you. I'm here for you. You know where I live because I was stuck in a hospital bed. And if you need to talk, you don't know me from Adam, but if you need to talk, I'm here, because sometimes it's easier to talk to your family or to people outside your family than it is to talk to your family. And so he didn't come back to talk to me, and that's okay. But I think the message was still heard and still received. So hopefully, if he goes through any struggles, he has someone close that he can unburden on. So,
Yeah.
but that's what I want to do. I want God to use me however he sees fit, whether
Same with
it's
me too.
whether it's
Same.
just broadcasting on this goofy little show, you know, talking Disney or talking Universal, talking cruises, whatever, or in some other way. I know God will use us all for his glory and for his majesty. And that's really what it comes down to. So
Mhm.
so that's number 23, letting God use me for his glory.
You can put that from all of us,
Yeah.
Beautiful, Daddy.
because that's what I pray for every day. Every
Mhm.
day, same prayer. Please lead me to whatever it is you would want me to do.
Yep. So
Make me
that
an Esther.
so that is our 23 things for 2023, folks.
Yay!
I'm excited.
It's going to be a good year, I hope.
It's neat to have lists because lists you can check off when something's done.
With
You
your
know?
journal and your pen.
That's right. And you can just go on and Brenda's going to come back after her conference, her Go Wild. Not that Brenda's not wild enough already, but she's going to come back and she's going to say, "Mike, Sophie, I had so much fun. The ink ran out on 5 pens. I had to buy 5 new pens because ink ran out on all 5. I wrote so many notes."
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Maybe not, but it would be funny.
It's fun.
Yeah.
To have a pajama party, it's a fun time for people who are like-minded.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I'm excited for you, honey.
Yeah.
So for one last thing, this is
Mhm.
not number 24, but I posted this in the group and I'm going to talk about it just for a moment here. But we had no idea about this list, but there was a list that was compiled of 100 Disney podcasts that you absolutely must listen to. And I had no idea this list existed, but some other podcast that I follow had posted it. And I clicked on the link and I was reading it, and it was really cool because there's a lot of great big name podcasts. And it was actually 114. And the first page of podcast was 75, numbers 1 through 75. Number 77 was us on the river.
Yay!
And it blew my mind that people thought of us enough that we made a top 100 list.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
wonderful. Thank you.
So Brenda, Sophie, and myself, and Grogu too. Grogu, he's the real reason this podcast made number 77.
Yeah, because
Oh,
he's
But-
cute.
Absolutely.
But we just thank every single one of you for following along with us on our journeys, because it's all about having fun and making memories for our clients and for our families. And
Yeah.
that's why we do what we do. So that's, just thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
It's just, I can't say thank you enough. So,
Mhm.
but that is the end of our feature topic. 23 things we're looking forward to in 2023.
Yay!
It is time for this day in Disney history. So, Sophie, take it
Yep.
away.
Okay. Well, I got 2 things. They happened on the same day, and they happened in the year of our Lord, 1938. And the first of these things is that the Mickey Mouse Theater of the Air debuts coast to coast on the NBC radio network. Sponsored by Pepsodent toothpaste, the series stars Walt Disney as the voice of Mickey Mouse, Thelma Boardman as Minnie, Stuart Buchanan as Goofy, and Clarence Nash as Donald Duck. Mickey and the gang travel through time thanks to the magic mirror from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and meet up with Robin Hood. After a few weeks, the studio will be inundated with requests for tickets to the live broadcasts. Originally scheduled for 13 programs, the series will be extended to 20.
Nice.
Did you guys know that Mickey Mouse had a presence on the radio? Because I didn't.
I didn't.
Well, there was no TV.
Yeah?
That is so cool.
Yeah, it is. And then, on that very same day, on the day of its debut, conductor Leopold Stokowski arrives in Los Angeles for a session for Disney's The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Wow.
Nice.
There was a lot happening in that time.
Yeah, yeah. That's
cool.
great. Thank you, Sophie.
Great history. I love the
Yeah.
history segments. They're like my favorite.
Well, and this is the kind of stuff that cracks me up. Sophie had no idea what I chose for the Walt quote. I had
Mhm.
no idea what Sophie chose for the history, but they go together. And that
Yeah.
happens to us a
Oh
lot.
wait, you're right, because I just read your thing.
Yes, isn't that funny? Because it's like just out of nowhere, things like that happen. So
Yeah.
it's funny.
Well, quick, let's get to the Who's Who characters so that Brenda can share with the audience what she means.
Well, let's see if you can figure out my Who's Who character.
Hmm.
This character, these are short quotes, short clues. So I hope
That's
you
all
can
Yeah.
she
figure it out.
needs. That's all she needs.
This character is a loyal friend.
A loyal friend, okay?
This character also serves as a conscience, and no, it's not Jiminy Cricket.
Okay.
It's much more recent than Jiminy Cricket.
Okay.
This character's favorite snacks are carrots and lichen. Spelled
Carrots and
Lichen. Lichen is a type of moss.
Carrots and lichen. This isn't Sven, right?
It is Sven.
Yay!
Oh,
Ooh, that was a good one, Sophie.
nice. I wasn't even
Yay.
sure of that.
You know, I just flipped and turned to him, and I was like, this is perfect because the other night, I think when Sophie was working, I was flipping on Disney Plus, and I saw Frozen 2. I'm like, I'm gonna watch Frozen 2, and so I watched Frozen 2.
It's good.
Oh my gosh. Lichen
Good.
though? I've
Yeah.
never heard of that in any of the Disney Frozen movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I
let me
should
read
know,
it to
you
you.
made me watch it 9 times in theaters.
Awesome.
But that was the original Frozen, yeah. Sven is more than just the reindeer that pulls Kristoff's sleigh. He is
Mhm.
also a loyal friend, at times even acting as a conscience for Kristoff. With a shake of his head or a stomp of his hoof, Sven can steer Kristoff onto the right track and keep him on his best behavior. Sven and Kristoff have conversations on a regular basis. Sure, Kristoff provides Sven's silly reindeer voice, but that doesn't make the conversations any less meaningful. Sven has also come to be close friends with Olaf, whom he often allows to ride on his back. And 3 did you knows?
Mhm.
And these I think are self-evident now. Sven's favorite snacks are carrots and lichen. Sven was originally going to have only one antler.
Hmm.
So I guess it would have been like in the middle.
Yeah, like a unicorn.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That is
Yeah.
weird.
And then Sven's behavior is based off that of a dog.
Yeah.
Which makes perfect sense. When you see
Yeah.
him sit down, it just makes perfect sense.
That's true.
So
Yep.
there
Oh,
you go.
yay, Sophie!
Sophie is 1 for 1 for 2023.
Awesome job.
There's a
Awesome.
shocker.
Okay.
Could
All
never
right,
expect
let's
any
go.
less, that's for sure.
Got
So-
49 to go, Daddy.
Yep, at least. Well, my friends, thank you so much for joining us. That wraps us up for this week.
No, no, no,
Next-
no,
No, we're
There's
not.
Still
Oh,
there's still
We
the
need
little
to
bit of
have a
Walt.
little bit of Walt.
I am so sorry. My brain spazzed, I guess.
I pulled this out of somewhere, and I don't usually do like a quote from an interview. I do like a well-known quote or something, but this caught my eye, and then it ended up being right along with Sophie. It's crazy. So
Mhm.
I'm glad this came out. This is from an interview with Tony Thomas in January of 1959. And he was talking to Walt about how Walt was the early voice of Mickey Mouse. And he said, I was going to ask you if you could, and you still can. And Walt said in Mickey's voice, well, it's just a falsetto. And then he said, and we were fooling around and trying to get a voice for a mouse, and we didn't know what a mouse would sound like. So I said, it's kind of like this. And the guy said, well, why don't you do it? And I knew I'd always be on the payroll. So I did it.
Well, it's just a
love it.
falsetto.
That's right. Yeah, see, I can't do that.
Yeah,
That
I
was
can't
great.
either.
That was great.
Well, then again, my voice is naturally high pitched, so
Very good.
that's amazing.
Yep. It's
Do
funny
you
how it works out
remember-
that way.
Do you remember the game show back in the day? I can't remember the exact name of it, but the people had to guess who the person was.
Yes, Walt Disney was on that. It was,
And he was on that.
name that voice or name that guy
Name that
or
actor
something like
or
that.
character.
Name
I don't remember exactly.
who's I don't remember, but I
But
know
it
what you're
was.
talking
I gotta
about.
find the YouTube. I'll post the YouTube link in the recording because, or in the show notes, because it was so cool because he kept changing the voices.
Yeah.
You know, and it was so cool to see how he could change it up and make it harder to figure out who he was. You know.
You
But
know
they
what? That
did
might have
figure
been
it out.
What's My Line, Mike? Was that What's My
Oh,
Line?
that was.
I think
What's
it
My
might have
Line.
been.
Yeah, that was What's My Line, and they blindfolded all the
Mhm,
the actors and actresses that were trying to guess,
mhm.
and they would ask questions, and he would change his voice. That's what it was. It was What's My Line. Yeah.
That's a great representation too of how playful he was.
Yeah. But just how much talent too.
Yeah,
And little Pinky probably had more talent than I got.
for sure.
You
For
know?
me.
So, but anyway, that's what that reminded me of, is him changing his voice to do all that sort of stuff. So, but that wraps us up, doesn't it?
Yeah, that wraps us up now.
All right. So next week we are going to take one last look back to 2022, and we're going to do our 2022 year in review before we move on into 2023. So we hope you all had a great time. We hope you have a great week, and we will see you on
See you
the
on the
road.
road.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.